Gretel and Hansel movie summary. The prologue opens with a story about a beautiful child with a pretty pink hat. A father takes his mortally ill baby daughter to be cured by a witch, who performs healing spells, bestowing supernatural abilities on the child in the process. As the girl grows up, the villagers come to hear her premonitions, but her wicked nature is soon revealed when she begins murdering innocent people, including her own father. The girl is then abandoned in the woods, where she lures children to their death. The scene shifts to teenage Gretel, who is implied also to possess supernatural abilities and powers, and her younger brother, Hansel. As their father dies, their mother sends them out to find work. Gretel is offered a housekeeping job but turns it down when the master of the house asks about her virginity. Their mother rebukes Gretel for failing to provide for them and threatens to kill both children if they do not leave the house. The siblings flee and find temporary accommodation for the night, but a ghoulish man appears and attacks Hansel. A huntsman saves the children and takes them to his home for the night, before sending them off to find work the next morning. They get lost in the woods and, suffering from hunger, are attracted by the scent of baked cake to a hut in the forest, in which a woman named Hulda lives. She invites the children in for a meal and allows them to stay, in exchange for performing work around the house. Hansel is sent into the woods to practice woodcutting with an axe, while Gretel assists with housekeeping. Hansel is happy with their new home, but Gretel is suspicious of Hulda and troubled by disturbing visions and nightmares. Sensing Gretel's abilities, Hulda initiates her into witchcraft and teaches her to levitate her wooden staff with the aid of flying ointment. Hansel soon becomes wary of Hulda after discovering a satanic pentagram carved into a tree. The siblings have an argument that night, and Hansel leaves the hut and is then lured into a trap by Hulda. Gretel confronts the witch, who insists she is doing Gretel a favor by getting rid of Hansel. It is then revealed that Hulda was the mother of the wicked girl from the prologue story. Hulda loathed her daughter for killing her husband. After exiling her daughter into the woods, Hulda was haunted by the girl's spirit into eating her other children to gain the same powers. Hulda has been luring the children lost in the forest to their death in the guise of an elderly woman ever since. Hulda drugs Gretel and straps her down in the cellar, where she plans for Hansel to be eaten. Now in the form of a young woman, Hulda lures Hansel into a cage atop a large fire pit so she can cook him. Gretel manages to free herself and uses flying ointment on her hands and face to levitate a wooden staff and pin Hulda against the wall, where she slowly burns to death over the fire, which brings Hansel to from his drugged state. The next morning, Gretel assures her brother that Hulda is gone for good and sends him back home. Their mother is implied to have died in the meantime and Hansel should be able to start working at home as a woodsman. Gretel stays behind to hone her craft. She sees the ghosts of the children murdered by Hulda, now finally free to pass on. In the closing moments, her fingertips begin to turn black, just as Hulda's had been.